Greetings, peace be with you. So, in this video, you are going to discover how to play the game of life on your terms. Because the reality is that we are all engaged in one game or another. Right? We're all playing a game. The only question is whether we are choosing the game that we're playing or whether we have been conditioned to play a game that might not even be in our best interest. And if you stick to the end of this video, this is going to be very practical so that you can implement the steps and that you can get clarity on what is actually important to you so that you can consciously begin cultivating the emotions of joy, of peace, of fulfillment, of happiness, of knowing that you are playing the game of life on your terms according to your rules and really coming together by the combination of ancient wisdom and modern science. Okay, so what is the ultimate game that we are here to play? Okay, so if we ask this question of Aristotle, right, if we look at his ethics, he would say that the purpose of life, right, the summum bonum, the highest human good, he described as eudaimonia. Okay, so this is basically a combination of two words, eu meaning good and daimon meaning soul, right? So the highest human good is to cultivate a good soul. How do you do this? You do this via arete. Okay, now arete again is a Latin word which literally means to express the highest version of yourself moment to moment to moment, right? How can you show up as the most capable version of yourself on a moment to moment basis? Our life is experienced in a series of moments. And how can we consciously begin to express ourselves in alignment with our ideals? And just stick to the end. Like I said, I'm going to be giving you exactly what ideals Aristotle said, but it's important to have an awareness of what this game even is, right? That's what ancient wisdom tells us. And if we bring that into modern science, Martin Seligman, who created the positive psychology movement, okay, because as a side note, psychology originally started as a study of a sick mind, right? A sick soul. Like what's causing these people to be mentally disturbed and imbalanced, right? So Martin Seligman came and he's like, why are we only studying the sick people? Why don't we study the people that are thriving in life, right? And if we asked him, what's the purpose of life? What's this ultimate game that we're playing? He would tell us the exact same thing that Aristotle told us in English, of course. He said that it is to flourish, right? To create a state of inner flourishing by putting our virtues into action, right? And this is something that, it took me a long time to understand, but I really hope that you grasp this right. And really comes down, right, to experience the highest version of ourselves on a moment to moment basis. How do we do that? By first and foremost getting clear on what our values are, right? We consciously choose the values rather than unconsciously get driven by values that have been installed into us. Okay, so many of us go about our lives doing certain things, believing certain things, and never really questioning why we do these things or why we believe these certain things. Okay, and the reason why it's so difficult to play this game well is because society sells us on the wrong game. Okay, it's no surprise what we are here for, what causes us to experience the highest state of human emotion, of bliss, of happiness, of flourishing. What causes us to experience those things is when we are expressing the highest version of ourselves, when we are delaying that instant gratification in the moment to experience those long-term gains that come through choosing growth over comfort, that come through stepping forward rather back into what we are familiar with, right? Growth and progress and becoming who we're capable of being. That's what we know is serving the highest expression of our soul, but society sells us on the hedonic pleasures, on getting that instant gratification, on getting that slot machine notification gratification of our dopamine, right? Of giving us our foods that make us feel good in the moment but deprive us of our health over the long term, to make us chase the fame, to make us chase external validation, to make us chase all of these things, right? To echo the wisdom from what's his name, Tyler Durden from Fight Club, right? We buy things that we don't need to impress people that we don't even like, and we're all caught up in that game because we never took a moment to get awareness on why we do what we do, right? But with an awareness of what is the game that we're playing, it is to close the gap between who we are and who we are capable of being. Because when there is a gap, only then is the space created for regret, disillusionment, and anxiety to seep in. And when we place our own positive emotions towards external validation, towards external opinions, then it is on a loose foundation because it is not completely within our own control. Okay, so what is within your control is to choose what you value. Okay, choose what you actually want to show up as, right? So the action step for this video, I hope you just don't watch this like another session where you just consume information. Do this right now and get clarity on what are your top values that you intend to embody, right? Because when there's a gap between who we're capable of being, then we are behaving in ways that are out of alignment with what we know to be true to us, right? Like if you're experiencing those low emotions, maybe your health is not where you want it to be, your mental state is not where you want it to be, your body is not where you want it to be, your relationships are not where you want them to be, and that is because your behaviors are out of alignment with the values that you know are true to you, right? So the action step is to get clear on what values are useful for you, what values are true to you. For example, if you value wisdom, knowledge for life, growing, learning, then the way that you bring that virtue into action, as Martin Seligman would say, is by choosing education over entertainment, right? By choosing to engage your intellectual capacities rather than put them to sleep by watching another Netflix show, right? And yes, we've been conditioned to chase that instant gratification, to not use our minds, to conserve our resources and just get the dopamine by sitting back and doing that. But even though that feels good in the moment, it deprives us of our well-being in the long term, right? So wisdom is these are the 4 cardinal virtues I'm going to share with you right now, according to ancient Stoicism, what Aristotle told us as well, right? Wisdom or knowledge for life, justice, which is integrity with our ideals, right? Once you determine what your ideals are you truly living in alignment with them every single day, right? And that's something that we have to get an awareness on every single day. In the morning, set our intention. Okay, I'm going to live in alignment with this virtue right now. And then at night, reflecting, did I actually live up to that or not? And then if you don't, it's not about judging yourself or shaming yourself. It's about getting awareness on how you can improve moving forward, right? And then it's courage, right? Can you actually choose to move forward in the face of fear? Because anything new that you try will be uncomfortable for you. Anything new that you try will cause you to have doubt and all of these lower emotions. But when you feel the fear and do it anyway, that is when you cultivate courage. Okay, courage does not come from like just being born with it, right? It comes when you choose to move forward in the face of fear. And true confidence is knowing that even if I mess up, even if I upload this video and everyone laughs at me, even if I release a song and no one likes it, I'm going to be okay because my value is determined by what I did rather than what other people thought about what I did, through my expression rather than what other people have an opinion about my expression for, right? Very, very important. And then the 4th cardinal virtue of Stoicism is temperance, right? Which can be thought of as self-mastery, which is a combination of self-awareness, right? Knowing your beliefs, like getting an awareness on what you're doing, what's serving you, what's not serving you, having an awareness. And then the second aspect of it is self-discipline, of actually doing the things that you know are serving you while you slowly but surely let go of the things that are not, right? So those are the 4 cardinal virtues of Stoicism. You can go ahead and create your own values, right? And that's really what it comes down to. Get clear on what your values are right now. Write down 5 values that you intend to embody in your life, right? It could be wisdom, it could be justice, it could be temperance, it could be courage, it could be zest, it could be gratitude, it could be spirituality, it could be anything. But as long as you choose them, rather than having been then installed from the outside, and then write down how you will express these virtues on a day-to-day basis. You can do this every single morning, right? Write down what virtues you intend to express, and then write down what behaviors you will engage in to express them, and then just make that an intention to do that. And slowly but surely, as you strive to do that every single day and you compound that over the long term, then sooner or later you are going to be the expression of your virtues, and you will be flourishing and experiencing the state of eudaimonia, of saying what is important to you and actually following through with that. That's really what it comes down to at the end of the day, right? Success comes from getting what you want, and fulfillment comes from wanting what you get. And once you get clear on what you want is in alignment with who you are, that is when you begin to experience the highest states of human emotion, and you're playing your own game on your own terms rather than being caught up in the game that society sells us of hedonism, of instant gratification, because we know that that is not serving us over the long term. Okay, so leave a comment below just to hold yourself accountable for the 5 virtues that are most important to you, how you will put them into practice, and I'm going to do my best to help you out there as well. Okay, subscribe if you have not already. Click the like button, it really helps the channel grow. But with all that being said, I'm going to leave you in the peace and power of the one infinite creator, and I'll catch you in the next one. Much love to you. Take care.